66.
So the black is frame ball. Mark Allen will need 2 snookers if Noppin Sengam pots it. And Allen did have a couple of early openings in this frame that didn't come to anything. Just left himself a little high on this black, but it's going in. And he's going 2-0 up.
$73. 74.
Well, that's a shame.
82 in the frame.
Didn't make a century, but 82 more than enough for Noppin Sengam to take an early grip on this match. Mark Allen didn't get any sort of look in really in that frame, despite a couple of early chances, and it is Noppin Sengam who's halfway to victory and a place in the last 16, leading 2-0. Reminder that the winner will play Stuart Bingham or Martin Gould, and they're about to start on table 2. Of course, we've had to wait for the table to become free. Ditto table 3, Ali Carter and Zhu Se. On table 4, James Cahill is 1-0 up on Anthony Hamilton. Still to come on table 1 after this match, John Higgins, 4 times world champion. He actually won the last tournament played here, the Championship League, a few weeks ago. He's up against Jamie Clark. Mark Selby against Daniel Wells. Selby knows now that if he wins that match, he will be in the Tour Championship for sure. There's only Gary Wilson now who can break into that top 8. Of course, he won last night dramatically 4-3 over Chow Yupeng, so he'll be back for the last 16 this evening.
Third frame. Noppin Sengam to break.
So Noppin Sengam to get frame 3 underway. Made a very good 82 after winning a much closer first frame. So Mark Allen, for the first time really in this tournament, is under a bit of pressure. He has responded many times this season, of course, to pressure. And there's a wonderful red to start frame 3. The thing is, there's no question in his own mind about his game. His game is solid. The trophies, the 3 of them he's won this season, speak for themselves. We had a chat with him the other day in the commentary box, and he's clearly just feeling good on and off table, and the two have gone together. He made various life choices.
6.
Coming into the new season to lose weight, and he's kept that going. Not always easy at tournaments where you end up eating late and the lifestyle isn't always that healthy, but he's managed to keep it going. And on the table he's become, well, like granite really. But as I've been saying, he needs really to start scoring in this tournament.
14.
And this is a good opportunity here. He's got several reds into play already.
15.
Wow, just drops. Well, it took an age to decide.
22.
And looking to make this plan to continue.
$23.
Just slightly concerned about obscuring the black, but I think it's still okay. He's always been a very tidy player, Mark Allen. He's renowned for close
28.
positional play. Never being too far away from the next object ball, but sometimes you have to recover if you do lose ideal position.
$29. 34. $35.
So he is now running out of loose reds. Going to have to disturb the cluster shortly to continue towards a frame winning break.
Second now.
Referee Ben Williams just asking for a moment to just get the ping in line with all of the spots occupied. Has to be in line with the spots, as close to its own spot as possible. Can't touch a red, all of that. He's always the pink that is the ball that sort of holds things up. Anyway, didn't take too long.
$42. $49.
So this red for his first half century of the tournament.
50.
Now looking to develop some reds to continue. And he's missed the black. He's opened the reds and he's missed the black.
Mark
So
Allen, 50.
well, that could be a fatal error. He's left a red to left middle. That's the cardinal sin going into them, missing the object ball, and that's what's happened. Up in Sengam can't believe his luck. So Mark Allen's made his highest break of the tournament, but has he gifted Noppen Sengam the chance for 3-0? There's nothing safe.
$7. $8.
This is a real key moment in this match. Allen was going well. Sengam has a chance he wasn't expecting. He has to take it to pile that pressure on. 3-0. It's going to be tough even for Allen to overturn that.
14.
As I say, there's nothing safe here, so it really is in his hands. It's about control. Obviously potting, yes, but controlling position.
Thank you. 15.
These are the moments that make the difference in matches. We've seen the likes of John Higgins and Mark Selby and many
20.
others, Mark Allen included, Mark Williams, the list goes on. Big time players taking the chance when it comes to make the killer clearances.
$21.
And apart from anything else, it shows your opponent, in this case Mark Allen, that if you make one error, you're going to get punished. If you slip up, then maybe takes a bit of pressure off the next time they make a mistake. Mark Allen was on 50. He went to split the reds. He missed the black. In doing so, left a chance. And it is still in Oppensenkam's hands to punish him. You've got to say it's looking pretty ominous though for Allen, unless something dramatically goes wrong here.
25.
Because Sengam's already 2-0 up. He's made an 82 break, so he's feeling good anyway.
$31. $32.
Yeah, he's controlled this break well and hasn't really been in trouble yet.
$38.
He's overscrewed this though. He's overdone it.
39.
So he's going to be further from the yellow than intended. That's quite a poor error really. He's going to put himself under pressure on the yellow, and you can see he's annoyed. Well, he's looking at a bulk colour now, rather than the blue, which is what he played on. So this still needs potting. Oh, every credit. That's a terrific shot. He's recovered really well. He needs up to and including the blue. Sorry.
41.
He needs up to including the pink, I should say, to make it 3-0.
$43.
Mark Allen will be under a lot of pressure in the match because it's not only the scoreline, it's how it would have gone 3-0. A scrappy first frame, one visit from Senkam, and then looking like a great clearance in the
46.
third. He stepped in here when the chance came, when Allen missed that black developing reds. 3 balls to go for a 3-0 advantage.
$50.
Well, he's just drifted the other side of the blue here to the one he wanted to be on. dropped his chalk as well, but it is blue and pink needed.
$55.
Well, as I say, he was wrong side of the blue, so going to need the rest on the pink. It's just added a little layer of difficulty, but you have to say he's taken these very confidently so far. He needs one more good pot to complete a really good clearance and account for a 3-0 lead over Mark Allen. In it goes, did not touch the sides. That is a brilliant clearance
61.
from Noppen Singham. He doesn't need the black. The chance came after Mark Allen missed the black going into reds, and Noppen Singham has taken it, and Mark Allen is in all sorts of trouble. He trails 3-0. Yeah, terrific stuff from Thailand's Noppen Singham, who of course is now Thailand's highest ranked player. So 3-0 there. Stuart Bingham and Martin Gould getting underway. The respective winners play each other. Ali Carter's had a century against Schuster to lead 1-0. And it's still 1-0 James Cahill over Anthony Hamilton. A long second frame in progress there. Well, Allen has shown so much grit and determination this season. Can he dig in here? Go back to the UK Championship final. He was 6-1 down to Ding Junhui. Came back to win 10-7. So we know he'll give it everything, but the problem is not always the deficit, it's how well your opponent's played to go 3-0 up. I think if we look at the first match of the day, Jimmy White, he was 3-0 up on Judd Trump, but he wasn't playing this well, and he admitted as much himself afterwards. He said he played better against Trump in matches where he'd lost to him. But here, Singham has made very few mistakes and has put all the onus on Mark Allen to find something himself, otherwise he'll be out of the tournament. So this time it's Singham we're waiting for, and well, he must be delighted with the level of his performance so far. Oh, left that pink slightly awkward, but you wouldn't have known it the way he thumped it in. John Higgins and Jamie Clark next on this table. It's due on at 2 o'clock. We'll see whether that is the time it starts or not. So Mark Allen knows what he needs to do. He needs to win all 3 remaining frames. The problem he's got is twofold. One, the scoreline. Second, how well his opponent has played to lead 3-0. First frame, OK, was a bit dragged out. Second frame, 82 from Singham. Third frame, when Allen broke down, he made a 61 clearance to pink for 3-0. Well, a full-blooded attempt, but this time the red doesn't find its target. Well, Mark Allen unable to take advantage. It was a thinnish cut, this, of course, but you fancy getting it, I'm sure. Allen immediately gets another chance. That was a tough one. The red had come away from the pocket. But this is the last thing Sangam wants to be doing, is handing Allen openings, because that's what he needs right now. He needs some help getting in.
Wow.
Oh, that worked out nicely. That little kiss off the pink. Coming round. Checking for plants in the rest of reds. And this one looks like there is a plant. The way he's played it to right corner.
6.
This table is so bad.
Well, he's absolutely livid, and it's just not happening at all, is it, for Mark Allen? So, Noppin Sengam then, with a decent chance here.
Thank you. 1. Six. Seven.
Well, he has the angle on the blue to get into these reds. Try and get everything into play. Yeah, it's such a big target, but of course you've always got to trust to landing on something, which he has done.
12. Thirteen.
So first real chance for the world number 32 from Thailand, Noppin Sengam, to clinch what would be another, I suppose, upset you'd have to call it. Maybe not as big as Jimmy White beating Judd Trump, but Mark Allen has been the player of the season. 3 ranking titles in the semi-finals of 2 tournaments. He's beaten Senkam this season, British Open and World Grand Prix, beaten him heavily, 6-1 both times. So I guess Senkam's after a little bit of revenge. And he could be another big hitter in our sport. He's about to depart this tournament. Still got
16.
the likes of John Higgins and Mark Selby and Ali Carter, Stuart Bingham in the draw, Karen Wilson. But of course a lot of the other big names have fallen already. Well, now decision time. Does he take this blue? It's a big shot. He's looked confident today, but if he takes it on, he's going to have to get it. And if he misses it, it could be the start of the comeback for Mark Allen.
Green ball.
Well, in fact, he's nominated green. And he's played a great shot. Well, that just shows you how confident he is.
20.
Felt that the green afforded him the angle to get back round for reds. And he's knocked it in superbly. Really taking the game to Mark Allen here. There's no hesitancy about the way Noppen Sengham is playing. Ideally, you'd like this black back on its spot, back into play.
26.
Rather than keep going up for the blue. Well, he's considering the thin cut. I mean, he's bang on, obviously, a couple of other reds much more easily. But it's about position.
$27.
And now he can get the pink back on its spot at least, which will help. I like the way he's gone about this. He's very much backed himself whenever there's been a supposedly pressure ball.
Thank you. 33. Oh, sorry. $33. $34.
Well, it really is a golden chance to get this one. This pink puts him 33 in front. So, looking at 3 more reds, really.
$40.
Didn't quite pull the cue ball back as far as intended. It's a bit awkward now. Still fancy him to get the red. Cue ball
41.
travelling a little, needs well, ideally top side of blue. He's not got there, so it's become, yeah, a little bit more adventurous, shall we say, this break. Now then, is he on one? And this is the danger with losing position or ideal position.
46.
Cue ball starts to travel, and before you know it, you've lost your way. And it was a great chance to win the match. He's going to have to wait for another one. He leads by 39. Not there yet. And nothing really safe, that's the other thing. So the lead he's got
One saying Cam. 46.
isn't worth that much without a colour safe or anything really difficult if Mark Allen got the chance. Allen, though, has got to be so careful because, of course, one more chance probably will be over. So this little safety duel important. That red has gone across the table. He needs cover. Can he see the potting angle here with the red by the pocket? It would seem not. Must, of course, guard against leaving it himself. Now this looks a pretty good shot if the cue ball runs. Well, there is maybe a chance here, but as I say, Allen cannot afford to leave anything on. Talk about a shot to nothing. That's where you pot a long ball, take the cue ball back to bulk, but that's for safety in mind if you don't pot it. Just going full-blooded at a pot, you have to get it if there's no safety in mind. Oh, that's an absolutely brilliant shot. That could turn the whole frame around, potentially the whole match around. What a pot from Mark Allen to give himself every chance of pulling the frame back. And as I say, that wasn't a shot to nothing. That was very much a pot he had to get, otherwise he was probably out. Worth seeing again.
8. Nine. Fifteen. 16.
You can see that long ready made him feel so good as well. Didn't like the bounce he got there, but anyway, he's on the black.
$23. 24. 31. 32.
So one shot, as I say, seems to
39.
have turned this frame, and maybe this is the start of a concerted Mark Allen comeback.
41. .44.
Sengam had his chance, he was in, he lost position. Safety battle defiantly won by Allen in terms of
48.
and we finally got in for this break. So he still needs this blue. Yeah, 14 in front.
53.
13 on, one snooker needed.
.59 on the frame. Mark
That was a
Allen.
great clearance. 59, Mark Allen's highest break of the tournament, has kept him in the tournament. He started with a wonderful long red, and Mark Allen is still fighting. He trails 3-1. Stuart Bingham has won the opening frame against Martin Gould. Of course, that match started a little later. Ali Carter 2-0 up on Jusser, and it's still 1-0 James Cale over Anthony Hamilton. That second frame is an absolute marathon. .68 centuries we've had in the tournament so far. Ali Carter's 1-2-9 latest against Jusser. But a great break there from Allen, as I say, his highest of the tournament. And you could see the red when he knocked it in, the initial long red, just made him feel so good. It almost flicked a switch because he'd been a little bit flat before then, but that could change everything in this match now. Yeah, he was in a bit of trouble and just opted to pot his way out of it, but there was no real safety in this. He had to get this pot, holding for black, and didn't he play it brilliantly? So it's 3-1. Noppen Sengkam had the chance to win 4-0. He's got to try and do it all again.
Noppen
frame
Sengkam
five.
to break.
Well, another full-blooded attempt this time. The red didn't find its target, or did it? Ooh, nearly fluked it. Is this a plant to the middle? It is. Wow.
One.
Well, that was fortunate, I guess, to be left that. What damage can he do? There's lots of open reds here for Noppen Sengkam.
8.
Yeah, that was, you could see he had a good look. It was set to the middle. So that was, you could argue lucky, but of course you couldn't see that if Alan hadn't missed, I suppose.
9.
Even so, you take what's there while you can. James Cale has won that second frame. It was a bit of a marathon, but he leads
14.
Anthony Hamilton 2-0. 2-0 Carter over QC. 1-0 Stuart Bingham over Martin Gould. But right now the action here on table 1 hotting up. Sengam did have a chance, of course, last frame. He lost ideal position. It's about controlling the cue ball as much as anything here. Seems to be picking off these loose reds first.
Twenty. Twenty-one. $25. Thank you.
Well, that struggled in.
26.
It was off the jaw, but anyway, it went in. Yeah, he's taking, and we'll see it again. Just flirts with the jaw. It does drop. He's taking these loose reds very soon, though. He needs to get more into play. That triangle of 6. But he's content for now to build up a lead in the frame.
$33. $34.
So this looks like the shot to try and disturb them. No, he's going for another loose one.
$41. Thank you. 42.
I guess the pink will spot under the cluster, so that frees the 2 reds. 48 in front. But regardless, he is still going to need at least 1 red from that cluster of 6 at some point. fact, it did go on
48.
its spot, but it doesn't make any difference. You can still pop the red. Good grief. I
Knock
mean, he
on
took a long
second,
time over the pot as
48.
well, and he's missed it. So, not... we haven't got to the point where he would have split the reds. 48 the lead, but of course he was in front in the last frame. Be very disappointed with this. And he'd actually left an angle on the black to get into the reds. But there's still plenty on here. 8 reds remain.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a great effort. He just fell short. Can he clip this in even? He seemed a bit reticent to back away from the table there. He got close. As I say, these pockets I don't think are over generous. But Noppensangham again, when the chance came, didn't take it. I'm sure Sengham will be wary after what happened in the last frame, where he played not a bad safety by any means, and Mark Allen just knocked in a long red, made a clearance of 59 to the pink to win the frame. So he's played an effective one here. He's cut most of the reds off. Mark Allen still, I guess, the guy under pressure. 48 behind, 3-1 down in the match. And that just changes things a bit. He's opened those reds up, and now everything's on, which favours him as the player trailing. So sort of laid down the gauntlet a bit to Sengam to get these safe. There's a red that's gone close to the right corner. He's going to have to cover. Well, this may be a more conventional shot to nothing. Red to left corner with an element of safety in mind. In fact, he didn't play that shot. He played a completely different one. He called it all too thin. And has he handed the match to Noppen Senkam? That'll be his fear. 48 behind. He's left a pretty easy starter. Tried to clip thin off it and completely mishit it.
One.
Well, it's in his hands, and if he doesn't win it here, then he might struggle to win the match because it's an absolute gilt-edged chance to get this one now.
Full. Five.
Sengam will be relieved to be handed this chance because he was
10.
in earlier on. He was in the last frame and it went wrong. We've already seen today how the pressure can mount. We saw that with Jimmy White, albeit he did win in the end. He admitted he got nervous. Snooker can do that to
11.
you. But right now, Senkam needs this blue and then one more red, and it looks like he's in the last 16, and Mark Allen, another of the big hitters, the big favourites, is going to follow Judd Trump to the exit door in this year's WST Classic. This is the ball that should clinch victory for Thailand's Noppen Senkam, who's played a very confident game. He's taken it to Mark Allen, and it looks like he's beaten Mark Allen.
17.
First frame got a bit scrappy. Second frame he made 82. Third frame Allen missed a black going into the reds on 50. Senkam cleared up with 61. Fourth frame Allen made that great 59 clearance to pink. But surely this blue will make absolute certain that it's Noppen Senkam's victory. And it's a great one because he'd lost those two semi-finals to Mark Allen pretty heavily earlier in the season.
22.
But now he can look forward to a meeting with Stuart Bingham or Martin Gould in the last 16 here in Leicester this evening.
23.
It means we're not overrunning too badly so far today. That pink stays out. Surely he goes through.
Noppen Senkam, 23.
Mark Allen
Frame
comes
of the
forward
match.
to shake hands. Noppen Senkam
Cheers, Mark.
will be delighted with that win. He's beaten the
Thank you,
informed player of the season, Mark Allen.